guys, gals, and everything in between. I'm here today to review for you Alien Covenant. So Alien Covenant is also known as Prometheus 2, also known as an Alien prequel. It's a lot of things in one bag. Ridley Scott continues his Alien prequel saga with this film, Alien Covenant. We have a new crew that we're following, the Covenant, who is a scientific expedition / colonization. So they're heading to a planet, they hear a distress signal and they're like, hey, let's go say hi, let's make sure they're all cool, they got plenty of snacks, and then we'll be back on our way. Or maybe, you never know, we might just settle here. And so, of course, as we all know, in space, no one can hear you die. Otherwise, nobody would still be doing that because they'd be like, there's freaking aliens, like, everywhere out there. And so, we get ourselves an old school classic alien movie that I've always wanted to see on the big screen. Guys, I am so excited to say that this film is awesome. It is literally... So, you always hear a lot of people be like, in my day, we had actual alien movies on the screen, none of this Alien versus Predator and meh. I am a huge Aliens fan, until Cloverfield manages to blow me away with like 5 to 7 movies. My favorite franchise is, and always pretty much will be, Alien. I mean, my parents, when Netflix DVDs were a thing, my family actually got irritated with the fact that I wouldn't return the Aliens DVD because I was too much of a cheapskate to turn it in and buy it myself with my own money. Yeah, I know, I learned financial responsibility, Mom. Anywho, this film was the Alien film I've wanted to see on screen for a long time. Because we get our crew, they go down there, and it just hits the ground running. You're seeing things that are new and kind of unfamiliar. You're following a little bit of a routine that we got in Prometheus, which leads me to the fact that I'm pretty sure this was an apology for Prometheus. Now, I love Prometheus. I'm in the minority on that, apparently, or like I guess about the 50-50 mark, because apparently it polarized audiences. I personally really love Prometheus, so seeing the continuation of this was great. Now, I did have a couple issues. I felt like the Prometheus storyline, they just kind of chopped it off and said, you know what, you don't need that, you want the alien. And yes, we want the alien. I mean, we love the alien. But I have to be fair and say that it did feel like they made a lot of promises in Prometheus and they didn't really deliver them because they wanted to get to the popcorn, throw it in your face stuff, which I'm perfectly okay with. This film was a marriage of Alien and Aliens, and it did at times feel like they were trying to retcon some things because there's some lore that had been brought up in the future that I'm like, but that wouldn't work with how it is in this movie, and this movie is from the guy who made the original. I'm not excluding the writers, it's Ridley Scott, but still it feels legitimate, so it's like, so what's going on with the timeline? So I'm very curious to see that. We get more cues into where we're going to go, who's the guy in the chair kind of thing. Where is that story going to go? It gives you a lot more questions, but they're the kind of positive questions, because even though they did tone back Prometheus, I'm talking like 70% Prometheus toned back. Like, I mean, we're way back here now instead of up here. But Alien, we're like, screw it, we're going there. And it's a solid Alien film. And it's actually what people thought Prometheus 1 was gonna be. So, it to me feels like a retcon / reboot, and it works. And we get a new monster, a new beastie, if you will, a new xenomorph. I read that it is called the Neomorph, and those freaking bastards are terrifying. The Neomorph / xenomorph thing is terrifying. When it happens, there's some chest bursting, there's some disturbing stuff, and it's pretty scary. So I have to say, I shot back in my chair a couple times, because like there was a spot where it's in the trailer where they're like freaking out in the hospital area. Oh my god. That happened and I was like, holy god, and everyone in the theater just kind of went, oh! It was amazing. And it gave you that scale of just the disturbing nature of it. Like, Ridley Scott knows how to make really disturbing death scenes in that sense. And those creatures, when they'd show up, I was like, oh no, 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 no. So I already was fearing them, and they felt like a natural addition to the Alien universe, which is excellent, because I hope we see more of the Neomorphs, because they were great. Michael Fassbender, as always, is spectacular. I love Fassbender in these movies. He has a lot more to do in this one than he did in Prometheus, so that was a step up. My real only big complaint is the fact that it felt like they toned Prometheus back a little bit too much. Because I watched all the Alien films, including Prometheus, before I saw this film. And I was actually like, you know what, I'm really excited to see where a lot of these things go in Prometheus and Alien Covenant, and they don't go anywhere. So that might let some people down, but to me, I was willing to say, you know what, I see where they're going with this. There's options to do it more, but in all reality, we are focusing more on the alien side of it. And I've wanted aliens since Prometheus, after they left our mouths watering. So I was ready for it, and I was excited, and I'm willing to put that aside, because this film is genuinely great. Some of the CG does need a little work. The soundtrack, everybody, the soundtrack is straight up, he took the old school soundtracks and said, here you go. It's nostalgia, the sound effects. When the face hugger happens, it's all the old sound effects, and I was like, hit me where I live. This film is excellent, and it's definitely something you need to go out and see on the big screen. I'm going to say it's a very, very, very high big screen worthy. Alright guys, gals, and everything in between, did you enjoy Alien Covenant? Are you looking forward to Ridley Scott's, between 3 and 6 more sequels? What do you guys think? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Got plenty more videos coming to you. Love you guys.